Okay, our next topic is the Ryanodine. As you know, we are studying the plants as a sources for the insecticides. The very first source we have studied regarding this particular topic is the azadirachtin. Okay, azadirachtin was the first source which we have studied regarding this particular series, and the second one we have studied is the rotenone. Okay, we have studied the azadirachtin, then we have studied the rotenone. Now, this third chemical which we are going to deal with is the ryanodine. Okay, this particular ryanodine chemical compound also has significance as a insecticides, and that is why we are going to consider this particular topic in detail. Okay, so consider this is your syllabus. We are dealing with the paper number 1 and the chapter number 4, that is plant resource development. Okay, and we are here the plants as a sources for the insecticide, and now we are going to consider the third insecticide chemical. Okay, so the very first thing you should know about it is that you should write down carefully the name of the chemical which actually act as a insecticide. Okay, so it's a ryanodine, and it's a naturally occurring phytochemical. Okay, it's a chemical which naturally occurs in the plants. Now, from where, what is the source of the particular ryanodine chemical compound? The source of this particular chemical compound is the plant which is called as the Rhynia. Carefully write down the botanical name, Rhynia speciosa. Okay, so Rhynia speciosa is a plant in which this particular ryanodine is got extracted, and this particular plant belongs to the Salicaceae family. Okay, name of the family is also very important, because you know in the UPSC mains there will always be question on the plant family. So the Salicaceae plant family to which this particular Rhynia speciosa belongs, and from this particular plant the ryanodine, this particular chemical is got extracted. Now, just like the other insecticide, this chemical is also a secondary metabolite. Okay, which it is not the primary metabolite, but it is a secondary metabolite which is occasionally produced by the plants for some or the another reason. Now, in that particular secondary metabolite category, it belongs to the it belongs to the class which is called as the diterpene alkaloid. Okay, carefully write down it. Diterpene alkaloid is the class of this particular chemical compound which extracted from the Rhynia speciosa plant. Okay, so the next thing, the most important thing you should remember about this particular chemical compound is that it is strongly used as a insecticide. Okay, and it use insecticide for the crops such as for the horticulture crops. Okay, and for the ornamental plants. So whatever the ornamental plants and the horticulture plants are there, these plants often have paste on it, and to remove this particular paste there is a use of the ryanodine chemical compound. Okay, so here you should remember carefully that it acts as an insecticide, and it is specially useful for the horticultural plants and the ornamental plants. Okay, now next thing you should know about this particular chemical compound is that its mechanism of action within the insect body. Actually, you know, there are calcium channels, calcium ion channels within the body which facilitates the many physiological function. So this particular chemical compound which is called as the ryanodine, it actually blocks these calcium ion channels. Okay, and upon blocking there is a disturbance in the physiology of the insect, and hence in the process this particular insect is get killed. Okay, so here ryanodine is specifically work by blocking the CA positive channels. Okay, so the ryanodine is a particular chemical compound which is extracted from the Rhynia speciosa, which belongs to the Salicaceae family. It's a secondary metabolite. To which class it belongs? Diterpene alkaloid. It's an insecticide, and it is useful for the horticulture and the ornamental plants. And it is works by blocking the calcium ion channels within the body of a insecticide. Okay, so this will be all important points from the UPSC mains examination point of view, and you should create a very small note regarding that. Okay, so this is all about this chemical called as the ryanodine.